University of the Western Cape ladies football continues to contribute to the national sporting effort. No fewer than 5 former and current UWC ladies football players having been selected for the national senior women's team, Banyana Banyana. Current UWC ladies football club attacking midfielder Leandra Smeda, striker Tembi Khatlana, as well as a former goalkeeper Kaylin Swart, midfielder Kelso Preskin, and forward Jermaine Sioposenwe. Now let's get latest from the ladies returning to UWC. We cross now to SABC News reporter Mariska Botha. Mariska, thank you so much for your time. What can we expect from today's program? It must be an exciting time.
You are absolutely right. That information is absolutely fascinating. And of course, those players are the pride of UWC. But we've since been redirected to another part of Cape Town where something absolutely extraordinary took place this morning. We are currently in Hanover Park, where the local residents here told us that they witnessed a mini tornado. One gentleman explaining to us it will be on my right and your left, where he watched as a black cloud started appearing on the horizon and an immense sound and wind, a torrent of a wind started rushing through the area. And my colleague Josh Sharrock now showing you there in the background some of these homes, around 20 of them, their roofs have been completely blown off. We spoke to a gentleman who's 92 years old, and just after he made his morning prayers, the roof caved in on him and he looked up at a clear blue sky as the mini tornado, as they call it, ripped through the area. Now the City of Cape Town's emergency services says that gale force winds have been experienced across the greater Cape Town area. In another area, it's reported that around 80 homes have been affected by the gale force winds and the very, very strong rain that followed it. And here where we're standing in Hanover Park, Gift of the Givers is on the scene as well, bringing people some food. The local community also rallied and started making massive pots of soup, as many people tonight will be having to sleep without roofs over their head. We also saw plastic sheeting being brought in so people can cover as much as they can to shield them from the elements tonight. And the one gentleman we spoke to, who's been a resident for more than 30 years, says in all of his life he's never experienced anything like it. And everybody who we spoke to, a few of them said it felt like Judgment Day. Many of them spoke of how absolutely scared they was when they heard this horrible sound rushing through the area and just ripping things apart. We spoke to another lady who's 68 and her roof, actually the debris of the roof that came in fell on her head. Luckily she's not hurt seriously. Very few people were injured miraculously, but right now the people of Hanover Park is trying to make sense of what they experienced this morning, calling it a mini tornado. And the City of Cape Town, speaking of gale force winds, ripping across the City of Cape Town, causing havoc for several communities.
Well, that's the day of the life of a journalist, isn't it, Mariska? Covering one story and then being called to another. Just talk to us about, have you had a chance to speak to authorities at Hanover Park at all, in terms of how long they will then house these people that have now been displaced? And also, just what are the weather authorities saying in terms of the weather there in Cape Town?
Well, Cape Town is truly, there's a saying in Cape Town, 4 seasons in one day. And that is absolutely what's been happening this winter season. 2 months ago, we saw a 50-year flood levels as rain just poured down across the city and further afield, washing away roads, something not seen by some people who was not born. So the weather is truly something phenomenal at this stage in Cape Town. And it's almost becoming like the English, where people speak about the weather every day. And this is certainly one of those events where the people here describing it as a mini tornado, wind just ripping through here. But we do know that the Cape is known for its gale force winds. And of course, those rushes of wind can cause great damage, uproot trees and the like. And here it caused the roofs to be blown off. Some of these homes behind us are council houses that people are renting from the city of Cape Town. So they will be, of course, refurbished or fixed by the city of Cape Town itself. Many of the people, however, here are private owners, and if they have insurance, they will have to go to the insurance companies. But we did also have a plea from one community member for anyone who can give assistance to bring them plastic sheeting, wooden planks, anything of the kind that can be donated to help them fix their homes. I mean, in some of the homes, the windows were completely just blown out of their frames. So they're asking for assistance, maybe from building supply companies and so on, to assist the people here in Hanover Park, to help them rebuild, because not everyone is fortunate enough to have insurance, but certainly those homes that belongs to the city will be fixed. And we do know that people are being housed at a local church in the community, those who cannot return to their homes right now as it is deemed unsafe. Many of the people who were also affected, of course, backyard dwellers living in shacks, in backyards, and 10 of those shacks have also been destroyed. So they were given the option to go to a safe space at the local church, where they will be provided with blankets and mattresses and at least something to eat for the night to keep them safe.
Mariska, thank you so much for that update. Of course, Mariska Botha coming to us live there from Hanover Park. And in fact, the city has commented. City of Cape Town Mayoral Committee member for Safety and Security, JP Smith, says about 30 properties in Hanover Park on the Cape Flats have been damaged by severe winds. I would imagine that number will increase in as far as Mariska's report is concerned. The roofs of surrounding structures were blown off. Now, this comes in the wake of an intense cold front that Cape Town is currently experiencing. Smith says emergency sheltering has been offered to affected community members. We'll continue to give you that update as and when we have it, of course.